What up, Wichita? Welcome to the Wichita Dinner Table. Tonight is Thanksgiving Eve. It's Wednesday, November 26th, episode 68. We got a full house at the dinner table tonight. We have DJ Carbon.
What's good, ICT? How you doing?
We got Troy Truss with Live Local.
What's up, Wichita?
We have Annette Lawless.
How are we doing, guys?
We have TKG, the Kansas Gastronomist, who's back. Myself,
enthused.
Eddie, and this is someone I've been trying to get on the show, I think, ever since we started. He's like one of the first people I reached out to. We are lucky to have him on finally. It is Eddie Sandoval with Pinole Blue.
Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Welcome.
Finally.
Welcome to the show.
What took so
Dream may come
long?
true. We have Eddie on the episode, so while we're recording this, I'm sure if the name is Eddie's ever mentioned, both of us might react and it might get a little confusing, but we're going to make this work somehow, some way.
Just don't make it a drinking game, okay?
Yeah.
Oh,
To be
I'm
dangerous.
waiting for Thanksgiving. I want no hangovers on Thanksgiving. I've learned my lesson.
yeah, I still got to make tortillas today. Calm down.
Oh, yum, yum.
So,
We
Eddie,
could use my idea that I mentioned before we got on the air.
I don't like your ideas. TK.
Good idea. Good Eddie, bad Eddie. No.
That's the best you could think of.
Yeah.
I know.
We call
It
one
should-
of them,
it boils it
Originality of
down.
TKG,
I love
that's all
it.
you landed on?
let's call
Eddie
one of them
Twiskin.
Cousin Eddie.
Ah,
I mean, to be fair, he wasn't here when. Well, I mean, we did have 4 or 5 TKGs on this show at one point, so I mean,
see.
he knows
It
what
worked.
it's like to be confusing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
yeah.
Eddie, first off, one of the reasons you were able to get on is because next weekend you have a race that you're part of, that you're involved with. It's the La Rosa 3K.
Yes. Thank you for that. Funny, this all came in, I think 2 months ago. I was drinking coffee with Paul Cruz, the director at KHEDF. It's the Kansas Hispanic Education Department Foundation here in Wichita. Well, they service all Central County, but Wichita. And he saw how involved I was with a lot of the local run clubs, and he probably saw a lot of two Eddies and being involved with the run clubs. And he was just like, "Hey, how hard is it to put a 5K together?" And I was like, "Well, putting a 5K isn't that difficult. The biggest thing is closing down the streets." But I told him we're also in towards the end of the year. It's going to be kind of last minute, but I told him there's a huge parade, obviously, for de la Virgen de Guadalupe. That's always in December, which I've now discovered is one of the biggest parades in the whole state of Kansas. Takes is always December 12th is the actual day, but they always celebrate kind of like a weekend before. Giant parade that takes place from the cathedral downtown Central and Broadway and ends up at Lady of Perpetual Help up on the north side on 23rd and Market. And I was like, hey, the streets are going to be closed. I don't think it's quite a 5K, but why not try to put together an awesome race or at least a fun run? The streets are already closed. It's already a parade. People are already there. And even myself, I've been in Wichita for 12 years. I didn't grow up here. And I've never even been to the parade myself. So think about how many other Hispanic families there are, how many other people there are that has no idea what it even is or what they celebrate. And then at the end, there's always, dancers, there's food, there's Mexican hot chocolate, there's everything. And I was just like, why not make it a whole family friend event that we can bring people together? And then running, the cool thing with running is you'll bring all these youngsters that probably also had no idea what is going on. So that's how I got involved. I'm almost the unprepared partner, I guess, but my goal was to mostly bring in the runners, and that's where we're at. So next Saturday at 10:30 a.m., right before the parade, we're having a 3K fun run. It's a 3K because it's a little bit shorter distance. Should be fun. We're close to almost 100 runners already for putting it together in 2 months.
Wow.
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So hopefully this leads into something bigger for next year. So that's where I'm at.
When you say
Congrats,
next Saturday,
man.
it's December 6th. And it's a 3K,
Yeah,
which is the equivalent of what, like 1.5 miles maybe?
Two something. It's like
2.2-ish?
2.1. So it's literally 2
Yeah.
miles. If you're fast like the other Eddie, you can dead sprint it. If you're not as fast like me, you can walk it. So it's for everyone.
Interesting note. I've actually never heard of this parade either, and I've been in Wichita probably 3 times as long as he's been here, Eddie. And what'd you say the name of it was? I can't even. I'm looking at it. Dia de la.
Virgen de Guadalupe.
Oh, that's pretty simple. And has anybody ever been? I know we have a lot of seasoned Wichita vets here. So
I don't even know what the hell we're
Wow.
talking about right now.
See? So
That's fair.
I
That's fair.
will declare, I'm not a Wichitan. I did grow up Catholic, so I kind of know for the most part. But the funny part is, even though my parents are Mexican, I grew up going to Mass only in English. So a lot of this is just as brand new to me to it is to you guys. But December 12th, it started in Mexico. They celebrate the image that came in for Day of the Mexican Virgin de Guadalupe, which is like an image of the Virgin Mary that appeared in Mexico on the mountainside. So then it became an overall huge celebration. December 12th is the biggest day. And then you'll see it all over the U.S. and Mexico, not just here, but here they'll celebrate the weekend before. Correct if I'm wrong. They'll do a giant parade, and you'll have these traditional dancers called matachines. That it's actually really cool, especially if you're a history buff, because it shows a lot how even in Mexico, a lot of indigenous traditions, and then when the Catholic Church came, the traditions kind of intervened. So you have people kind of dressed in kind of like an indigenous gala that were dancing, because a lot of indigenous communities did that whenever they would dance for some special celebration, and then the Catholicism came, so it kind of intervened. So you'll see a lot of dancers. You're going to see people probably on horses. You're going to see a lot of statues representing like the Virgin Mary. You're probably going to see music. I mean, it is religious based, but I'm telling people, even if you're not religious, overall, it's pretty much a giant party. You're going to see a parade coming through. It's massive. I don't even know how many people go through, but it's pretty big. You're going to see hours of parade going through, and then it will end up at the church kind of right behind Connie's Cafe on 22nd and Market. There's another church back there called Lady of Perpetual Help that I believe was like the first Spanish speaking mass here in town. And that there they'll have like a giant setup, a giant parking lot, there'll be food, there'll be dancers, and that's where they end up. So I believe the parade's going to start right at 11. So literally park somewhere. It's probably going to be chaotic. Grab a lawn chair. You could sit in front of Little Saigon if you want, and you can watch the whole thing go through. It's probably going to be cold. Grab some pho, grab some hot chocolate, enjoy the fun. And so that's kind of how the celebration comes through. Like I said, and then on December 12th, on the actual day, I believe it's tradition at Lady of Our Perpetual Help, they will dance almost the whole day for like 24 hours, all day, all night. So even like on the 11th at midnight, because you're bringing like it's almost like singing happy birthday to the Virgin of Guadalupe. That's when the dancers start and everything. So it's a giant celebration, overall party. Everyone's welcome. You don't have to be religious. And so yeah, I think it shows a lot of people of how the Catholic Church, indigenous communities, how influenced a lot of holidays and stuff, not only in the U.S. but in Mexico as well.
That's awesome. I mean, personally, I think it's really cool to just celebrate different cultures that we have here, especially in Wichita. I mean, we're such a melting pot. I mean, you have Hispanics, Lebanese, Vietnamese, Chinese, there's like all sorts, and I think each one brings a very cool, different events to town, and just to experience the food, the performances. I love it. I'm gonna be there. I got a bunch of the Fortune 88 guys to come out, so we're gonna be there running the 3K. That's a little easier to swallow than a 5K or a 10K.
For sure.
And like I told everyone, it's a fun run. We're charging $35, but you're gonna get a T-shirt, and that money is gonna go to KHEDF, which helps a lot of Hispanic students here in Wichita and Sedgwick County receive scholarships and a lot of like professional guidance in college. And the cool thing is a lot of those students, almost majority of the students, go to schools here in Wichita. A lot of them go to Friends, Newman, Butler, Wichita State. So I think a lot of people don't realize like the money stays inside the community. So, like I said, when Paul approached me, he wanted to do a 5K, and then I think the biggest thing that I told Paul is to bring awareness to what KHEDF does, and also bring awareness to the parade. And what better way to bring everyone together? I want to say, yeah, it's probably going to be cold, but the year's been so funky, it could be like it was Sunday, freaking 60 degrees, and we're going to be, me and the other Eddie are going to be in shorts running this thing. I don't know.
I'll be crawling. So great you're doing that, but some people may not know you're also the owner of Pinole Blue. And for those that don't know what that is, do you want to let the listeners know a little about you?
Yeah, so Pinole Blue, we are a food company here in Wichita that makes food products out of blue corn. But now we make it out of a lot of different non-GMO types of corns. The word pinole actually means roasted corn flour. My family is from northern Mexico. There's an indigenous community there that drinks roasted corn flour, and they're known for running 50 to 100 miles up in the mountains. That's why we even have it on our logo. And we donate part of our sales back to that indigenous community. And we started just making pinole. Now we make tortillas, we make tamales, we make cookies. We do a little of everything. Our facility is here at 242 North Cleveland, here in Wichita. We also expanded into next door. A lot of people, yes, still haven't heard about us. And then 3 years ago, we were featured on ABC Shark Tank. But
Mm-hmm.
it all started at the Wichita dorm room, and with that check right behind me when I won the Shocker New Venture competition.
And how much was that check
Nice.
for behind you?
$10,000. I look at it every day and I cry a little bit because I sure would
Oh,
like some $10,000.
So when you won that, like what did that initial $10,000 go to?
So I graduate. Uh, the dates on it, April 28th. I won it in April. I graduated in May, and then I drove down to Mexico to bring back more corn, and then
mm-hmm.
I started with a little hand grinder. Whoa! So we had to update to a bigger mill, and then we bought packaging, got set up in a commercial kitchen space, and even back in 2017, 10 grand didn't get you very far. So pretty much just helped start the business. At that time, I was sharing commercial kitchen space with Bash Brothers Barbecue. They're down. They used to be down in Hayesville, and now they're down by Wellington. I've known Chris for a long time. Shout out to Chris. And I was sharing commercial kitchen space with him, and that's how it started until I started the tortilla factory, and then we moved over here.
Hmm.
And so, how many restaurants are you in? Just I know you're around not just Wichita, but you've last I think one of the times we spoke, you started selling like restaurants way outside of Kansas.
Yeah, so it's a funny story. I used to like be ashamed to say it, but now I the best way to tell people is like I'm like the famous rock band. At the local level, I barely sell, but outside of here, we sell everywhere. In town, we only sell to a couple restaurants, and outside of here, we sell a lot to Kansas City. We got 4 or 5. I think the KC area alone, we got like 8 restaurants. In Denver, we got like 10 restaurants. We sell to places in Miami. We sell places in Vegas. I got a restaurant group in Virginia. We ship tortillas out there. So that's just the tortillas, and then we got coffee shops now making our stuff into lattes. We got some in Denver. We just signed a deal with one in California. So we have quite a bit. During the pandemic, our wholesale shrunk, and we were mostly e-commerce, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
with the lockdown. But now we have really shifted back to growing wholesale with a lot of restaurants. It's funny because I think with Shark Tank and just being out there, people recognize the brand, and that's how a lot of times we've been noticed. Like the other day, I got a phone call from a donut shop in North Carolina. They wanted to start making gluten-free blue corn donuts. So we just get a bunch of random accounts like that.
Did it really change the trajectory for you guys to be on Shark Tank?
Oh yeah, I would say
Yeah.
the biggest one is the marketing and the brand presence.
Yeah.
You go in because like I've been invited even by 2 years ago we were the TikTok Hispanic Heritage Visionary Voices. We were one of the winners for the food sector, and I go and there's these huge influencers there and this and that, and then I'm like, oh, I'm Eddie. I own Pinole Blue in Wichita, Kansas. Oh, cool. But then I'm like, but we were on Shark Tank. Oh my gosh, really? How'd it go? Well, like it
Yeah.
just changes the tone.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like I remember watching that, and I was so mad that y'all didn't land some, massive deal. But I looked at it, and I'm like, look at where you are now. And I remember like from there on, and like in the pandemic, I mean, like there's just so many things I think were good that blossomed from that. I hope so. That's wonderful.
No, it's been great. It's been great. A lot of people ask me about, how do you feel about being on there? Sorry if I'm going to ruin it, people not landing a deal, but I was just like, honestly, it's still a blessing that we're still on there, and the experience to this day, it was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. So,
Oh,
but yeah,
So you're probably the most successful Eddie in Wichita. Is that fair to say?
ask TKG.
uh we have two of the best here. That's what we have. Two of the
You
best.
you know what? I'm curious if Bad Eddie has eaten at Good Eddie's establishment like I have.
He hasn't. You should tell people
Oh.
what happened, TKG.
Let's see if I can tell the story, but I think did you reach out to me or was it Professor Kate? I think it was Professor Kate.
Yeah, Professor Kate did.
So Professor Kate, for those that don't know, is basically a partner with Eddie, right? Yeah.
Right.
And she reached out to me to say, "Hey, we want you to. We're not going to text you or give you the location, but we want to meet you on, a Tuesday at 6 p.m. or something like that." And they were just keeping it really hush hush. And so the day of, probably an hour before, or something like that, maybe even less, and I think it was because I was starting to get irritated. I'm like, hey, where the hell am I going? I've got other stuff to do. And so I finally got the address, and it was just an address. They didn't say, hey, come to our store. But the address was for the building they're in because they had built this commercial kitchen, and it's beautiful, by the way. And they made a amazing meal using obviously their product. We had some tacos used with their blue corn tortillas as an example. And Eddie, you're a hell of a cook, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
But not yeah. Good Eddie, you're a
Thank
hell
you.
of a cook, by the way.
Thanks again.
But no, it was awesome. If I forgot to throw anything out there, Eddie, you can jump in.
Well, we tried making it super dramatic. We like texted him the address, and it was the door next door. It had no sign on it, nothing. And then we are like telling him, knock 3 times, and then wait a little bit. Then someone will open. I poke my eyes through there, and he's just like looking around, wondering what the hell's going on. And then I bring him in, and the whole front is like a commercial building. You can't really tell anything. And he's like, "Okay, where are we taking me?" And then boom, I customized this room, and it's our kitchen space that we made just for recording content. And it had us a sliding door. And then he walked in. He's like, "What the hell? Did I just get punked?" And I was like, "No, this is where we're gonna serve you a meal." So, a funny story. TKG knows is that room. I built it out. It's really not a fancy kitchen, but it has an oven, has a Blackstone, has a 3 compartment sink, it has a nice wall, and has it's perfect for just recording content for cooking and stuff. But it sits empty 95% of the time. I mean, as you can tell, it's not like you're recording constantly. So I got approached by someone who that was looking for commercial kitchen space, and this girl was struggling trying to find because find when you're starting a food business, it can be tough, right? You don't have enough money to rent a whole space and this and that. And I've been in that situation. That's why I said I rented kitchen space, shared kitchen space before. And at the time, some of these programs still didn't have their own kitchen space in town. And I said, if it passes the health inspection, we can make it work. And Wichita being Wichita, I know the health inspector, so I called her because I went to school with her. And I was like, hey, well, can you come look at this? What do I need to pass inspection? And we put in a door, we had to put in another sink, and we made it work. And Lady Burritos,
Oh,
Jessica Marisol now rents that kitchen space, and that is where she sells her food out of.
I actually did
That's
not know
awesome.
that.
That is too cool.
It's
See,
funny.
you're
Yeah,
popping other people up.
a lot of
That's
people
great.
do not know that. So no, it's a true Wichita food to food business helping each other out.
That's awesome. I actually had Lady Burritos. I reached out to her one morning. I'm like, hey, I want to surprise the guys I work out with a breakfast burrito. So called her up, and she's like, what time do you work out at? I'm like, 6 a.m. She's like, oh, I can be there. So she came at 6 a.m. with 24 burritos, surprised the guys I work out with, and they all loved it. She's fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds like her. Yeah, and just keep up with her Facebook, and she does other meal deals during the week, and then like this weekend, tomorrow and Wednesday, talking about pre-Thanksgiving, we're actually partnering together because we're going to be selling tamales by the dozen, and then she is offering rice and beans, so we can do like a whole family meal deal for the people that don't want to cook, aka Bad Eddie, and also the meal deal. And then we're also going to see if we can partner to give a meal to 10 people in need. Jessica gives a lot back, and she was telling me she knows like three families that have really been struggling. That one was like a single mom that was working and has kids and is living in a hotel and things are tough. And I'll say, hey, like, how about we partner together and we can try to give her a meal deal too. So we're always trying to find ways to collaborate and help each other out.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Three things.
Oh,
I am smoking a ham for Thanksgiving, so I am cooking. Two, TKG is really easy to piss off. So when you had that little special dinner, he's probably irritated because I can picture him an hour before just waiting for this text message. Like, I mean, if I look through my text messages, he may have sent me messages like, Bad Eddie's supposed to tell me where I'm supposed to go, and he hasn't reached out to me yet. I'm so mad, I'm so frustrated. Did he show up on time?
He did. I think he showed up early. Oh, and to add extra sauce to it, we made him go to the neighbor across the street with Brian with Simply Sangria. And Brian is the one that brought him over to our building and told him the code that he had to knock 3 times. And
He loved that.
so I have a feeling he was probably pissed off walking across the street. Like, what the hell is going on? Why am I going across the street from Pinole Blue and then
just
coming back?
muttering curtains under his breath the whole
Oh,
time.
he's just fuming. His face is red right now. And
Yeah. To this day, I still think it was pretty funny. I was like, man, I wish we would have I had a Ring camera outside and just like watching his face the whole time.
I would pay good money for that footage.
Yeah.
He's probably kicking everything.
I that's why I say no to everything now.
It was the turning point. That was the
TKG,
beginning of his villains. That's when his villain arc started, right there.
Yeah. TKG, have you come to pick up anything with Lady Burritos?
I have not picked it up there. I've had Lady Burritos, so actually she had been on my list for quite a while, and she'll go to like a quick trip or whatever on a certain morning, and I just could never make it work. And I finally saw she was at Hopping Gnome one time and stopped by and got several different items. She's great, and she's so nice. I mean, obviously you all know I try. And several of us do as well, but I try not to be known when I go somewhere. So she didn't know who I was. She was just a very kind, nice person.
Okay.
Oh,
so
I
this
laugh because
episode,
I can see you coming into the kitchen and be like, yeah, last time I came here, I thought I was getting kidnapped.
so this episode's dropping on Wednesday night. So like, people probably won't see it until after all the Wednesday stuff's going on. But I know tamale season's pretty much upon us. Are you guys gonna be selling the tamales all month long, even into December?
Yeah, Christmas is always the busiest time. We'll be selling them probably until the month of January too. So we sell every weekend. We're only open on Fridays and Saturdays. People are asking why. We still are pretty big on e-commerce, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is haywire here because we got shipping, we got post office, we got FedEx. Like even right now, you'll probably start hearing the tortilla machine in the back. And on the weekends, we'll sell tamales by the dozen or the half dozen. We sell pork and we sell chicken. And we make jalapeno cheese ones, but with blue corn. So they're very different. They're really good. And the cool thing is you can actually pre-order on our website, pinolblue.com, and then you just stop by and pick them up. So, and then we should be having them every weekend. There's some weekends, sometimes we don't. Coming with the busy season, that's what we'll be doing. And we also sell masa for the brave people out there that want to make their own tamales.
How long?
I can speak for those tamales though that you make. They're really good. I think it was last Christmas, but it might have been the one before that. But I did a post. I bought some for myself and some for some family, and rave reviews.
Awesome. Thank you.
One last thing before we move on. During Valentine's Day, are you going to still do the tacos that are pink?
So we just been making the tortillas, but I think this is a perfect setup. We will be releasing a new product, probably starting January, and it does have to do. We do want to one specific one for Valentine's Day, so keep an eye out for that. Even myself's been hard to keep, but we've been. That's why we kind of been the last couple of months on the download. We got some new products that we're working on that we are trying to bring out, and then seeing who else we can partner with, especially for Valentine's Day. And funny thing with the pink tortillas, a lot of people don't know, is we always bring them back for Valentine's Day. We always bring them back in October for Susan G. Komen.
Yeah.
But the month I sold the most, you will never guess, is when the Barbie movie released 2 summers ago.
Wow.
That is
Oh
awesome.
my gosh. Like
Bless
it
that doll.
yes, nothing has beat that month. It was chaotic. For 3 weeks you couldn't find a pink tortilla in here because everything was just getting shipped out.
So you really
Oh,
Wow.
need
I
Barbie
love
2
it.
to come out.
Well,
That would be
do you
great.
remember when that movie came out? Remember, like, they ran out of like pink paint. Like, they kept buying all this paint for that film, and like you couldn't find pink paint for a while. I don't know. So let's make a shortage for you. The lack of pink tortillas.
Thank you.
Buy them out completely.
Okay. Let's move on to upcoming events. So, obviously, Thanksgiving week. But before that, Wild Lights is continuing on. Every Wednesday through Sunday, you can check that out at Sedgwick County Zoo. Also back, another light show, Illuminations, has returned to Botanica. You can head over to botanica.com to get your tickets there. And then the holiday pop-ups, they're all pretty much going to be in gear. Some have already started this past week, and then others, I think like the Depot, Ziggy's, the Belmont will be starting this weekend. I love those. And then Bliss Climbing and Fitness is celebrating their 10-year celebration this weekend. They're going to have all sorts of specials. Troy, no, he's been there with me. Troy's he's talented. That guy can climb to the top.
I went all the way to the top. Scary up there.
Whoa.
Also,
Way to go.
on Friday, Party Rockers, they're doing a Drunk Disney Karaoke Black Friday event over at Jerry's Bar and Grill. Also on Friday, you can expect a lot of holiday markets. There's one at the Workroom, one at Grit Studio, just a couple examples, but obviously Black Friday is going to be going on. Then obviously Saturday, it's Small Business Saturday. Eddie, will you be open for Small Business Saturday?
I actually probably will be here in the morning. We're probably going to be open for a couple hours. We'll probably have some stragglers that are still looking for tamales, and I know with down the street now with Mamacitas now, and then also I can't think of Apollo with kombucha. I can't think of the owner's name
Chris.
right now. So
Chris.
thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Uh, I know he's going to probably be doing some stuff as well. I have a wedding to go to later in the afternoon that Saturday, so I'll probably be here just for a morning for a couple hours.
It's not Steve getting married, is it?
No, it's actually one of Steve's best friends. That's not me. It's a close friend of ours that's getting married. So yeah, and before I forget, you were bringing up the holiday pop-ups. Have you had the I don't even know what it's called, but the hot chocolate drink over at Public at the Brickyard?
I was just there last weekend. I had a chocolate shot. It is with I think it's bourbon, tequila, and something else. I had a couple of them actually.
I don't think
Uh,
that's what Good Eddie's talking about.
no, they made a different drink last year. I can't even. I, I don't know what it's called. They use our drink mix. It has our Mexican hot chocolate mix in it,
Oh,
and it
cool.
is like dangerously good. It has like vanilla vodka in it. I think it has some type of cream. It's one of those that like it's warming you up and you can't stop drinking it.
And then it hits you.
Delicious. So, and then also, Public at the Brickyard uses our Pinole for their cornbread, which is delicious because it's a blue
Oh,
cornbread. So if you guys ever
Mm.
go, that's delicious. And then
that's
they
one of
use
my
our tortillas
favorites.
also for their brisket
Oh,
tacos.
I have the menu in front of me. It is the
Oh,
Christmas bonus. It is the Pinole Blue, hot chocolate, vanilla vodka, and cardamom cream.
There you go.
yum.
It was listed right above the word shots. And I went straight to the shots. That's all I was reading. But I will make it back because I was actually at Public for their jingle pop up last week. I'll go again. It's awesome.
Bad Eddie.
With Small
Goes for
Business
the
Saturday,
shots.
I want to give everybody a quick chance to name, 1, 2, 3 small businesses that you'd like to give a shout out to that you plan to support, whatever it might be. Carbon, you have a couple?
Vortex Souvenir. If you are not sure what you need to get a gift for somebody, go hit up Vortex Souvenir down in Delano. Absolutely awesome shop. Lots of cool trinkets, lots of local flavor, and just neat, cool stuff that you didn't know you wanted. But if you're looking for the gift for somebody that you don't know what to get them, absolutely amazing spot. Vortex Souvenir, cannot recommend those guys enough. Love them since they've been around on their journey, and they're now third home, I think. But yeah, really cool spot, great place to go shopping. All throughout the Lano's got some great spots, but yeah, I'll throw Vortex's name in the ring.
I'll throw out, is it Viva La Olive, the olive oil place in
Yep.
Old Town?
Yeah, that's
Over on
it.
Meat or whatever.
I love that spot, and the owner is so nice. I mean, and just very engaged in the community. So I'll definitely be hitting that up.
Troy.
Yeah, I'll throw out. We mentioned them earlier. Apollo Fermentations. I go by there almost weekly to get my, big growler full of kombucha. So,
What's your favorite flavor there? Mine's root beer.
oh man, they have. Every time I go in there, he's throwing a new one at me, and it's usually the specialty ones that he only carries for a little while. The chili, the green chili one, the Hatch green chili flavor he did was fantastic. But they have a blueberry one that I like pretty good, and all my kids love it too. So,
They have great mocktails too.
oh yeah.
I'm not a big
Yes, they
mocktail
do.
person, but Chris knocks it out.
He also sells different flavored sauerkraut as well.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. Yum. I like
No.
sour. Do any of you guys like sauerkraut?
Love
I love it.
Oh
sauerkraut.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love it on wieners for sure.
Annette, you
course.
you can buy a jar that he makes there, like in a little refrigerator. You can take some
Yeah.
home to
Yeah.
use.
That's good. I'm seriously like growing up, like we would eat cold, hot, whatever. Sauerkraut's delicious. I don't know. For me, like local, like small business. I mean, I like going and like grabbing stuff at the spice merchant for myself, but also like if you have like a coffee lover or something in your life. But I also love. I mean, she doesn't. I don't think she really makes anything. She just had a lot of good stuff. Imagine that Toys on the Northeast
yeah.
side.
Oh, yeah.
The Gwen Onberg. She's just amazing. But they had that fire next door like not that long ago. I feel like was it a handful of months ago? And that kind of put them out for like a little bit. And I'm sure she's rebounding just fine with the holidays. But still,
At the
I know
salon.
Gwen would love you. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gwen would love your love. So
Yeah, that place. I remember when my nieces and nephews, I'm like, this age likes this, and she's like, oh, okay, we're gonna get you that. Like, if you're not
Yeah.
sure what to get a young child, if you got a niece, nephew, or something, she knows exactly what they're into amazingly well to help out.
yeah, and I will say, like, I was a little worried about going to like a boutique kind of toy shop. Like, is it going to be real expensive? And I mean, like, I feel like a lot of her stuff was pretty fair price because I'm there like anyone else looking, can I get this better on Amazon? Can I get, and really I couldn't. I actually paid more. I bought one thing for my son, a Pokemon thing on Amazon. I paid way more than I would have in her shop, and I was kind of ticked that I'm like, I didn't give her the business first, so whatever. So there you go, lesson learned.
I'm gonna
And
give
they gift wrap.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they do.
I'm gonna give a shout out to one of Eddie's neighbors. I've been getting into vinyls over the past year, and it's funny because now our 17-year-old for Christmas he's wanting a bunch of records to either put on display in his room or whatever. So the record ship over at 230 North Cleveland, very cool spot if you're looking for new and used vinyls. I've been there a handful of times. It's just fun to browse and just get nostalgic with all the music they have there. I could spend hours there just looking and just like reminiscing on old CDs and cassette tapes I used to own. So yeah, big shout out to them. They're awesome. Eddie, if you had time on Small Business Saturday and you had unlimited budget, where would you go?
I gotta give respect to all my neighbors. It's funny because I didn't say anything, and all of you guys were highlighting them. Cleveland Street is the way to go. It sounds like we got Spice Merchant down the street. You do have Apollo. You got Mamacita's. You do have the record ship. You got Pinole Blue, and then across the street, you also got Simply Sangria with my friend Brian. So I got to give a shout out to all my neighbors. It's pretty cool. Over the years, how you see kind of more and more of us, even though they're completely different businesses, and we're always trying to find ways to help each other out. So I got to give shout out to all the neighbors. I know I'm in the food scene. I also got to give shout out to some of the restaurants as well. Uh, I did mention Public at the Brickyard. They carry our stuff. So does Lottie, and so does Larcher's Market. So make sure to check out those places as well.
All three restaurants you mentioned were on Wichita by EB's top 100 restaurant list, actually.
Awesome.
So they have the
They're all
approval
bangers.
of two Eddies now.
Ooh.
There you go. Double the affirmation.
Meh.
Wow. Get
Something
him a
fun.
T-shirt.
Something funny, TKG. I think it was for a while. Whenever Bad Eddie would give reviews to some places, I would always comment, "I only trust places that have been reviewed by a person named Eddie." I don't even think he ever noticed, but I did that for a long time for a lot of places.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
on my post or on with Eddie's.
Oh no, on his post, and I think I
Yeah.
probably did it on your post, dude.
I remember seeing that now that you say that. I get it. I get it.
All
I
right.
feel the same way.
I don't. But I do trust tamales made by Eddie's. Or just Eddie
There you go.
singular. Just singular.
Maybe we should do a video together. We'll do a live making tamales together and put only trust tamales made by Eddie's.
I will come, and I've always wanted to learn how to make a tamale. Our oldest,
Same. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll have my crew
Yum.
prepare the masa, and then we'll just do the smoothing in and putting the meat and everything in.
I'd be game. And I mean,
Oh,
I can wear a food. Do you still have to wear a mask when you're making food or anything like that? Like,
yeah. We've got to
oh,
wear
it's
gloves.
perfect
You got to
then.
wear a hairnet.
Perfect for me then. I can do that.
Yeah, I like this idea. What do you think, TKG? Are you gonna pre-order some or what?
I'm gonna if you guys do this whole trust in Eddie thing, I'm gonna be like doing the opposite. Never trust in Eddie. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like a rebuttal
I'll
video.
make TKG's batch.
Your
Yeah.
TKG match? I think we should do a crazy flavor though, Eddie, like a bun me flavored tamale or something. Some crazy collab that's never been
Yeah, you
made.
think it's possible? I mean, I'm no cook, so I'm gonna need help.
I watched my crew make the tamales, and it's labor intensive. So that's why I'm saying we'll get them to prepare the masa, and we just do the husk, and I'll put the masa on there, and you put whatever you want in it. We'll just fold it and throw it in the steamer, and then we make TKG eat it.
Could I chop up some like McRib meat?
Yeah,
God.
we'll save that one for TKG.
Or what if? I mean, your Station 8 barbecue is not too far from y'all. What if we
Oh,
can get
yum.
some Station 8, barbecue?
That's a good idea.
I like this idea.
I'm serious. I'll shoot Alex a text after this. Like, hey, how do you feel
Wait,
about some
wait, so wait.
Station 8 collab tamales?
Tamale.
Let's do it. Let's do brisket tamales for the holidays. What do you think, TKG?
I think that sounds cool. It really does. I'm
Yeah.
down.
Wow.
Yum.
That's the most exciting reaction you will ever get and enthusiasm you will ever get out of
That's very
TKG.
cool.
right
Oh
there.
my god.
Oh my god.
Brisket tamales, and then we go to Public at the Brickyard to get the Christmas
The
drink.
drink. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. We're gonna do a little message exchange after this.
I love it.
I love it.
Okay, real quick. Do we got time for Trustful Truth, sponsored by Trustful Media?
Yeah, we do. So, did you know that back during World War II, when the American troops were stationed in Italy, mostly around the Rome area, they were given rations of eggs and bacon? Did y'all know this?
No.
You didn't know that? Well, the Italian cooks there, they took this eggs and bacon and they mixed it together with some different ingredients and combined them with, probably going to say this wrong, pecorino, cheese. TKG have to help me out with my Italian. And black pepper, and they created a new dish. Does anybody know what this new dish was
Delicious.
called?
Carbonara.
Yes. Carbonara. I recently had some carbonara at Eldersley Farm, and it
Oh
was
gosh.
delicious. And I got the
Yeah.
history of kind of where this dish came from, and that's how it originated. There were no written records of this dish ever before the 1940s. And so this was actually a good thing that came out of a war, carbonara. So, a little history lesson for you today.
I thought
That's
it
good.
came
It's
from
so
the.
good to make. Yum.
I thought it came from the lineage of DJ Carbon's family.
Commonly rumored, but no, not true. Not true.
DJ Carbonara.
Yeah, it's just a pasta that's a little different. That's made with cheese instead of cream and normal things you make with it. So
We learn something new every day. And
good.
we're about to learn
Yeah.
something else from TKG with what's the stick in TKG's craw?
Eddie, it's going to be about Thanksgiving because it's going to be Thanksgiving soon, tomorrow. And I want to talk about boring and uninteresting people. Every single Thanksgiving at this time of year, there are a billion articles and news segments about Thanksgiving, family, and politics. Headlines like diffuse political tension in your family or political experts and politicians share advice for a peaceful Thanksgiving. You all know what I'm talking about. True story. Years ago, I told an acquaintance of mine that had brought up a political subject for what felt like the upteenth time. You're really boring. All you think about and can talk about is politics. Now, why did I tell him that? Because I felt that if he was going to keep talking politics, he should at least know that made him a boring and uninteresting person. Seriously, nothing else going on? No trips in the last 100 years to tell me about? No philosophical questions, no books or movies, no meaning of life thoughts, no hilarious jokes. Just politics, politics, politics. My God, how boring. There's no reason that you should have to read an article about how to get along with your cousin or friend or uncle or parent at Thanksgiving because it's unnecessary to bring up politics in the first place. You will not change anybody's mind. And more importantly, when you bring up whatever political subject, you'll have to judge yourself just as I judge you, as a boring and uninteresting person with nothing going on in your life. The boring and uninteresting people that only know how to talk about politics are what is in my craw today. Back to you, Eddie.
Quit looking at my social media.
No argument. No argument for me there.
Sorry,
I,
my
I
dog.
was gonna say, at least the Chiefs and the Cowboys are playing on Thanksgiving. Maybe that'll help.
Not for me.
Does anybody? Who else is playing? Do you know?
The Lions always
Don't the
play.
Lions
I think
normally
so.
Lions
play?
always
Yeah.
play.
But my dog ripped one during TKG's crawl, and I about passed out. I'll be honest with you. That was bad. Okay,
oh man.
what's good in Wichita? It's time for everyone to come through with a quick shout out they've seen, or a shout out that someone deserves in the community. Something heartwarming they've seen. Eddie, you have about a minute or two to come up with a shout out. We'll all go before you so you can kind of see how the flow goes. I'll begin. I want to give a shout out to the Cape Mount Carmel High School football team. This Saturday, they'll be playing in the state championship in Emporia. I plan to make the drive out there. My cousin's son plays for the team. It'll be the first state title they've had in, I want to say, 30 years or something like that if they win. It's been cool to see my alma mater, back there, and all the kids excited for the game. I mean, I can only imagine how cool it is to be, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kid just hitting the mountain top of the sport you play. So shout out to Cape and good luck to them. They're playing Bishop Miege in Emporia for the 4A state championship. TKG.
I'm going to shout out Troy Brooks. He is the owner of Greatness Vodka. And this past Saturday, they were doing Greatness Vodka Day, which basically meant that you could get some discounted bottles at liquor stores or discounted drinks at bars, restaurants, with a portion of those proceeds to go to a not-for-profit called the Treehouse. But Troy, he struggled at a young age, was unhoused, unemployed. And so, people talk about pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. I don't know if I even like that metaphor, but he had struggles and now is killing it. And I think that deserves recognition. So shout out to you, Troy.
2 Troys, 2 Eddies. Man, what a show.
This is wild.
I would
Carbon.
never shout out the other Troy.
So DJ Carbon Cop. No, I can't keep up with that. No. You know what? Actually, it's funny. I was going to mention Greatness because, yes, they had Greatness Day. Salute to them. I know I've mentioned it recently. The Wagon Masters spent all day on Sunday prepping, and then we fired off 300 turkeys going to the community. 300
Wow.
turkeys got smoked on Tuesday. Yeah, it was no small effort. So all those guys coming together, many hands makes light work. Never truer. And they definitely do it up. So it was an honor to work shoulder to shoulder with those guys, prepping all those turkeys, all those sides. They went all over the city, all over the metro area to various causes, from Ronald McDonald to PD delivering to you name it. So yeah, over 300 birds. Pretty amazing. So people could enjoy their Thanksgiving. So shout out to Wagon Masters.
Troy.
Yeah, I want to shout out to Sam. She is the box office lady over at the Cotillion. So this Saturday night they had a fight night there. But Sam, recently she's from Buffalo, New York, up Carbon's way up there, and
That's Canada. That's not New York.
every time she goes up there, she brings back these Salen's hot dogs. Okay, because they're fantastic. But she brought some back, and the 3 guys looking for wieners went and cooked some over a charcoal grill behind Cotillion in the cold on Saturday night, and we had a wiener fest back there, and it was awesome. So shout out to Sam just for thinking of us and bringing us some hot dogs back from New York. She also brought the sauce. You know what it's called, Carbon?
Carbonara.
No. It's called shit sauce.
Shit sauce? No, I don't know about shit sauce.
You don't know about
Don't get it
that?
on your face.
I mean, but it's really good. It's like this sweet chili sauce that you put over a hot dog. But she brought that back from New York, and she brought this horseradish mustard, and you chop it up with onions, and you put it on these Salen's dogs, and
And
it
you
was
cover your wiener in
fantastic.
shit sauce. That's
Shit sauce, yeah.
All right. Annette.
This is the best.
It was really great. So shout out to Sam.
It sounds like a great time. Sounds like
It really
Sounds like a
does.
shitty time.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
I'm sure.
I can't follow up. Troy, why are you doing this? Shout out to people who work the holiday. Y'all are awesome. I think this time of year can be so stressful, but I'm so glad the places that are not open in full on Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that sort of stuff. But for the people who do work, just know that you're super appreciated. You can turn our world into something great. If our dinner's ruined or whatever, we go to you to help make it. And, if we're needing something last minute, it's just sort of that hurry, that scuffle. The other day I was not holiday related, but I was kind of in a scurry to get my kids fed. I went to Sonic, and there was this worker there who I was just having just a night. It was just kind of sucked. But this worker there, and our exchange was brief, but she just really made my day. And I already had pre-tipped before I had made the order. I put the tip on there before getting it from her. And I actually went back and I found her on social media and I Venmoed her some more money because I'm like, you know what, you just really made my night, my experience so great, and I hope that even though it wasn't like $1 million, still I'm just, so appreciate the folks who are working, and those who work, you're valued. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
Her name's Analia, by the way. Very cool.
Eddie, bring us home.
Well, I gave enough credit to all my neighbors, so I had to think about this one. No, but I think this is perfect announcement. I want to give out a shout out to Sebastian Gordon, owner of Redbird Sandwich Cove. You guys have ate over there. People don't know, but probably next week after this drops, we are collaborating together, and they're going to be serving sandwiches with our new product that is going to be our blue corn chips as a side. So make sure you stop by. Sebastian's been great. We've been talking about this collab. I had to find a co-packer to find someone to help make these chips for us because a fryer is like $40,000. So it's people don't know because people have been asking me for chips for a long time. But we're officially gonna probably launch them with a label and everything. But we're gonna start first offering them to restaurants in the bulk. So shout out to Sebastian, first one to agree, and we should be up and rolling first week of December. So make sure you stop by.
Redbird is
Awesome.
also on the
I was gonna say,
ICT
another
100
excuse.
best restaurants list. So, Eddie, you're choosing all the right
Checking all the
places.
boxes.
What I say? I only go to the places where I trust a person named Eddie.
Awesome. All right. Well, TKG, Carbon, Troy, Annette, Eddie, appreciate you coming on the show. It's been a long time coming.
Thank you.
Loved it. I'll see you soon at the 3K run, walk, whatever you wanted to call it. Everyone else, happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day. Spend it with your loved ones. Enjoy the time off. We'll see you next week. You've all been excused from the dinner table.